Welcome back, folks. This video is going to be a slightly different format than my usual videos. Okay, we are going to go through price action from yesterday's trading, 30th of December 2024. But first, I want to touch on a couple of other points, okay, because this time of the year, many people are in that zone of setting goals, like New Year's resolutions. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about mindset. Now, there's a YouTuber that I love listening to. His name is David Bayer. Okay, go and look him up on YouTube. He is a fantastic resource to really get you thinking in the right mindset for success. Okay, he has this formula that he says is the formula to success, right? Talking about mindset and having the right mindset and belief system to attract wealth and prosperity and any goal, right? And he basically says that the formula is desire, okay, plus non-resistance, right? Non-resistance equals desired outcome. Now, this is really powerful if you really understand how this works. So the first thing that he teaches and talks about is that as soon as we, as humans, have a desire, well, the universe gets things in motion. And for example, you've got a desire to perform well in trading, right? You have a desire to be able to make a living from trading the markets, okay? Now, based on that desire, it's not a coincidence that you are watching my YouTube channel, okay? Somehow, the universe has connected you and I together, right? You're on this channel because you had a desire and still have a desire to make a living in trading, right? And so the universe, what happens is it connects you to the right people, opens the right doors, puts in front of you the right resources for you to attain that goal or that desire, right? But what often happens is that we as humans, by default, are negative, okay? Because of our environment, unfortunately, we're watching negative news all day, right? We are just being bombarded with negative information all day and all night on TV, on radio, outside in the environment, okay? And so we build resistance by default without us even knowing. And what that does is it actually blocks that desire that we have, for example, becoming a profitable, consistent trader to be able to make money in the markets full time and have that as your main source of income. That becomes a blocker instead of a reality based on our thinking, our resistance, right? And let me give you a couple of examples of what I mean by that, okay? Because if you see here, it's the non-resistance that equals desired outcome. You need to remove the resistance to be able to get to the desired outcome. Now, what do I mean by resistance? Well, you may have a goal, you may have a desire to become a consistent, profitable trader, but then you think it's not going to work, right? So you want to be profitable, but then you have all these doubts, right? You have a fear of losing money, right? And that holds you back from executing trade. You overthink, right? You know, that manifests in your analysis of the market. You start to doubt the setups, okay? And that leads to you missing out on opportunities, right? You get attached to your previous losses. You want to be a perfectionist, you're impatient. And ultimately, most people have limiting beliefs. They just feel they can't do it. It's not going to work for them, right? It may work for me, it may work for everybody else, but it's not going to work for you, okay? And you start to compare your trading with the trading of others. Like for me, for example, I've been trading for well over 10 years. I've built an account size, okay? And that allows me to trade a certain size. And therefore, any small movement in the market, for me, if I'm correct on direction, means a large profit. Now, for other people who see that, they try and compare my profits with their profits, and they just can't fathom, right? You think that, is he really making that amount of money? Is that even possible? Can you really make that level of money? $5, $10, $15, $20,000 every single day on a consistent basis? $100, $200, $300, $400,000 every single month, right? You have doubts when you see that. And those doubts are blocking your desire, right? So if we go back to what David Bayer is teaching, his formula, as I've written there, I'll write it again. When we have a desire, okay, the universe puts things in motion for us to be able to attain that desire, okay? Think of desire as a goal. For example, for you, your goal might be to become a profitable and consistent trader, to be able to make money in the markets on a consistent basis, and to be able to produce enough income to replace your current income that you're getting today from your 9-to-5 job or your business that you want to get out of, okay? So as soon as you have that desire, everything in the universe is working to help you attain that desire, right? But the problem is, as I've explained, you don't believe, you don't have faith, you don't think it's possible for you, right? Immediately your brain starts to think of why it's not going to work. And so you have resistance. But the formula is desire plus non-resistance, right? You've got to have faith. You've got to believe that it's going to work for you, right? Because it's non-resistance, right? Desire plus non-resistance gives you your desired outcome, okay? So that's very, very important. Now, inside of my VIP group, I have a section on mindset. I have a section on setting goals, a lot of resources to help people be in the right mindset, because it's actually 90% mind, 10% strategy, right? 10% is tactical, 90% is psychology and mindset, okay? And let me just show you actually, give you a quick Where have I got this? So you know David Bayer. So there he is there. Okay, so this is something I've posted inside my own community with VIP, the video. Look for that video from David Bayer's YouTube channel. I'm not affiliated with him at all. I haven't bought any of his products or services. Okay, I just love the way that he explains how the mind works. I have found his content to be very useful. And I don't just listen to David Bayer. I have a whole range of different resources that I use to keep my mind in check. Okay, so very important. You know, a lot of you are in that time now where it's at the end of the year, and most people, you know, at the end of the year, at the start of a new year, have that mindset where they want to set some goals. They want to have some New Year's, you know, goals that they want to attain for next year. One of those, I'm sure, because you're on my channel, is to be a profitable trader. Okay, and it all comes down to your mind, your mindset. I can certainly help you with my program, as you know. So there's plenty of information that I have provided to you on YouTube, so that you know what I do and how I can help you. Let's now transition to the market in yesterday's trading, and we'll come back and talk more about mindset in a moment. Okay, so in my weekly analysis video, I mentioned that we do have some trapped order flow on the 1 hourly chart. Let me actually see if I can bring up a chart on this screen where I'm recording. Let's have a look, see if we can bring up a live chart. So if you recall, I'm going to go back to, let's see if we can just shrink this a little bit. Let's go to a 15-minute, this is okay, let's see. Let me turn on the session so I know where we are. Okay, let's go to a 15-minute chart. All right, there we go. So if you recall, in my last analysis video, I said that there is liquidity residing below this level, okay? Under, let's see if I can draw a line there, make it a bit easier for you to see what I'm referencing, okay? I said that this is Monday, right? And Tuesday of last week, and therefore we have these equal lows intact, right? This is before any of this printed, okay? And I said that there's a chance that the market may be going down to take that liquidity, right? Down here, okay? That's all mentioned in my previous video, weekly analysis video, okay? Now, I mentioned something very important on the 1 hour chart, and that's what I want to talk about, okay? So I'm going to go back to the chart. Okay, what I said was, and you've got to go back and look at the video again if you need to, I said that there was trapped order flow, and let me bring that up for you so you can see it clearly on the screen, okay? And what I was referring to was this particular bearish order block, okay, that I mentioned in the weekly analysis video. At that time when I was recording that video, we had produced this down candle, which was the 1 hour order block, and we were kind of moving up, okay? And I said we need to kind of watch out for these two up candles, which is our bearish order block, and also said we need to watch out for the bearish fair value gap. And I essentially said that if we don't go through those levels, right, that if we're not able to pass through those two up candles, which is the bearish order block, and that fair value gap, the bearish fair value gap, then essentially we would be going down, right, and attacking the sell side liquidity that I've just mentioned to you previously, right, the weekly lows. Okay, now if we can see here, I want to show you how easy this would have been to trade. Now, I didn't take any shorts. In fact, I was trying to long the market, right, from 2610, because that's where I felt was a key level. And I did manage to get a long in, I think, somewhere here, and made a small loss because it reversed. And then I also tried to long from somewhere around there, and that was also a small tiny loss. Okay, so I had 2 losses yesterday, okay, trying to long the market. Okay, in fact, this position was in significant profit, but I didn't close it out because I felt it was going higher, right, up to these levels, 2640 and above, which I still believe will be the case. Okay, I expect that to be the case this week. So the levels I've mentioned in the weekly analysis video haven't changed. Okay, I still believe that they will be hit. Okay, in fact, I've taken some long positions at these lows. Okay, so that's a great buying opportunity for me, expecting repricing higher. But anyway, let's get back to the lesson. Okay, so if you're looking at this particular 1 hour chart, you can see how the market has respected every premium PD array. Okay, now we already have a liquidity pool that I mentioned, right, which was the weekly lows. Okay, let's just call it 2610. So if I mark out 2610 on the chart, it's right there. Okay, so those lows there, right, 2610, you can see the market's gone down there. But the lesson here is, how could you have traded that, right? Well, I had already given you that bearish order block. At that point, the market was kind of just hovering around there. So you could have taken a short there, okay, based on you got to go in and look for a setup on a lower time frame, which is something I teach inside of the VIP community, okay? But you can see on this 1 hour chart that the market has respected that bearish order block, okay? Now, let's say you didn't feel comfortable shorting there as the market was moving up. Now, as I said, full transparency, I didn't take any shorts yesterday, even though the market moved down nicely, right? Because I was essentially looking for longs, right? And my plan, as I mentioned yesterday, was to buy low, okay, at 2610, which the market did get down to, for repricing higher, okay? Which I believe is now in play, okay? So that's kind of why I didn't short, even though there were short setups all day that I'm going through with you now on this 1 hour chart. I'm showing you on a 1 hour chart because it's easy to see. You can then drop down to a lower time frame And if you know what to look for to short the market, which I have taught you using bearish order blocks on 15-minute chart and fair value gaps, got to go back and look at some of my previous videos, right? And also teach it in my VIP community to get a more deeper sniper entry on a 1-minute chart or a 5-minute chart. That's for VIP, okay? But on this 1 hour chart, as I said, you could have shorted there. If you weren't comfortable, you can wait for when the market has clearly shown its hand, okay? What do we see on this move down, right? This move down, what do we see? We see these fair value gaps. I've spoken about this previously. The fair value gaps tell you the market's intent, okay? Now, at that point in time, you have a very clear direction, right? Once the market has moved down, shown its hand, okay, you can simply wait for the market to come back up into a premium, right? A premium, which is that bearish fair value gap. Remember, I said this in the past, that when you're coming up, right, into a bearish fair value gap, then you're coming up into a premium PD array where you should expect repricing lower from. Now, you can short as soon as you get up there, okay, because you don't expect price to get up at these levels from there, okay, and you can target these lows or the liquidity pool that I suggested in my weekly analysis video, right, low of Monday and Tuesday, right, which is a significant liquidity pool because most retail traders who long from those levels at the low of the week are going to have their stops beneath that low of the week, right, beneath that Monday low that I've explained. Go back and look at the charts or look at the weekly analysis video where I spoke about this in more detail, okay? And that in itself is a nice trade down to low of the week where there will rest many, many stops, which is why we call that a liquidity pool. And I've also explained that in my previous video, okay? Now, if you look at order flow here, there's no doubt order flow is bearish. How do we know that? Because the market is respecting PD arrays, right? Premium PD arrays, okay? So the market comes down, back up into a premium PD array, okay? Even the next drop, market goes down, okay, from that level, okay, goes down, comes back up into where? This fair value gap, which is another premium PD array, and these two up candles, which is our bearish order block. We have another drop down, okay? So yesterday, while I did not short, my students actually caught some amazing trades down. One of the students caught, I think it was this big move down, I think from memory. But there was shorts all day yesterday. You could have shorted this market at any one of its premium PD arrays and you would have made money, okay? From the original level that I highlighted, where I said if that level doesn't hold, minimum we're going back down to 2610 or just a bit lower, below the low of previous week, right? 2608 I think it was, okay? So that was minimum. And if you weren't comfortable shorting from that level, when you move down here, the market has shown its hand with these fair value gaps that are bearish. And any pump up is then a short, right? From that there, which is your bearish order block, and this fair value gap, which is your bearish fair value gap. Again, both of those are premium pretty arrays, okay? And that down movement is going to target the low of the week, okay? Then you get one more opportunity, right? You get another pump up here, right? That's at 10 a.m. coming up into these two up candles, right? Which is our bearish order block, okay? And this fair value gap, okay? Which you can see is this pin up into, okay? Down to lower, right? To the big figure, 2600. And that's where I have longed from after seeing a bullish ICT signature towards the end of New York, where there is a fair value gap at around 2602 is my current long position. Let me see if I can bring up a live chart and show you that. Okay, so let me clean this up a little bit. Now, you can see here, so this is that movement down. Okay, we've gone below Monday's low, right? Monday, Tuesday's low, all the way even further, okay? Down into Friday's low, but not taking out Friday's low at this point in time, okay? From that movement down, the market has then started to move up, and this here, let me draw a square for you, is where I've taken my long position, okay, in that fair value gap there. And I've spoken about this previously, but that little wick going into that fair value gap right there is known as institutional order flow entry drill, from where I have taken my longs from. So I'm currently long the market, okay, and that's from this level here, right, with slippage. It's around about 2602, and I'm holding that for repricing higher up to what I've mentioned, right, at least to the previous weekly high, which is at 2640, 2645 level. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And what I want to highlight there is how easy yesterday's session to trade was, okay, based on what I've shown you here on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, let me see if I can just make this bigger again. Okay, and that's what I teach in the VIP community, right? This here, what I've gone through with you, is what I make available on YouTube. Easy, straightforward ICT signatures that anybody can identify. Okay, how easy is it to identify these premium PD arrays the market's coming into, right? Down, back up into premium PD array. Down, back up into premium PD array, right? Very, very straightforward. Now, one of the common questions or doubts that YouTube has is, does he really make that much money, right? And you might be asking, what money? What am I talking about? Right? Well, it's all the trades that I post on my social media. Sometimes I'll post them in my YouTube community tab, right? Sometimes I'll post them on Twitter, all these trades, right? The doubt you might have, well, does it really make this much money? Well, let's talk about that. Firstly, this particular trade, Euro Yen, I set the entry and the target in my, not the last weekly analysis video, but the one prior to that. Okay, so that was, kind of a live trade done for you in advance, where I told you where I'm entering, where I'm exiting. This is just showing you that I'm trading in alignment with my directional bias, right? Showing you the outcome of that trade, because a lot of folks out there will talk about where a market's headed, but they won't have conviction, right? They won't trade, put their money right where their mouth is, and actually trade what they're suggesting that market's going to do. Okay, this particular trade was one that we did inside of the VIP community, and I already posted this setup here. So this is all prior to that movement down materializing, right? So you can see here when my mouse is entries around 2635. Okay, and if we go back up, you can see the entry there, right, a bit lower, down to the levels mentioned, 2620. Now, the amount of money, it's all relative to my account size. So I'm not saying that others can replicate the same amount of dollars, right? But I am saying that if you learn what I'm teaching, you can replicate and be able to identify these types of setups, okay, and be able to execute with that level of precision and be able to forecast those types of targets. Now, my students are doing it, okay, so I've got no doubt in my ability to teach the strategy because my students are finding success in what I'm teaching. And I've posted student charts up here as well, okay? And you need to think about this for a moment, okay? Have a look at my weekly analysis videos and ask yourself this question. If I'm able to very accurately forecast where market is headed, right, and I've proven that in my weekly analysis videos, 9 times out of 10, what I've said about a market going to a particular level in that weekly analysis video is actually very accurate, right? 9 times out of 10, that market moves exactly where I have forecasted. And so if I'm able to do that on a consistent basis, and then I'm showing you on my Twitter account or my YouTube account trades that are in alignment with that directional bias where I forecasted that movement in advance, then don't you think I would be capitalizing on that knowledge and actually using my money to grow my wealth with that knowledge, with those strategies, right? That's what you got to ask yourself, okay? Very few people do this, and very few, right, show it to you live, and very few give you access to themselves, right? So I'm giving you access to myself through my VIP community to learn exactly what I do so that you too can do what I do. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to make the same amount of money as I do, right? Because that is all going to be dependent upon your own account size, okay? Your level of risk that you want to put into the market, knowing that you can lose, right? I have losing trades as well, okay? And I talk about those inside of my VIP community with my students. I had 2 losing trades yesterday, okay? It all comes down to an individual's personal circumstance, right? My account size is a certain amount that allows me to trade a certain size, allows me to take a certain amount of risk, allows me to take a certain loss, okay? And what that amount of profit or loss is irrelevant, right, to anybody else because it's only relevant to my own account size, okay? So you need to, as I said, if we go back to what David Bayer talks about, okay, you need to really shift your mindset, okay? Because what you're doing by not having faith and not believing is you are creating that resistance, right, which is going to be against the formula for success, okay? Because you can't have resistance to be able to get to your desired outcome, right? You've got to have faith, okay? Show me somebody else out there in the public forum that is forecasting $1 trillion market like gold with more than 90% accuracy on a weekly basis and then showing you their own trades in alignment with the directional bias set in advance, okay? And then showing you the outcome of those trades, right? And as well as their own VIP community successes of their students, right? I'm showing you all this alignment to help you get over that hurdle, right? So what do I mean by showing you all this alignment? Well, I'm showing you in a video done at the start of the week of where I believe the market's going, okay? So you have the levels mentioned to you in advance. Then as that week progresses, right, I'm showing you trades. So at the start of each week, I have a weekly analysis video, right, on my YouTube channel posted for everybody, okay? I have sometimes I do a deeper one for my VIP community that has a bit more information because they are entitled to a little bit more, right, because they are VIP. Now, as the week evolves, right, as the week evolves, what am I doing here? I am posting trades that I've done, okay, that are in alignment with the directional bias, okay? And what does that do? That reinforces to you that I know what I'm talking about, because I'm putting my money where my mouth is, okay? I am going out there in public and saying this market, gold, is going from 2610 up to 2645, okay? That's what I said yesterday. Now, we got down to 2600, I think, a bit lower, okay, which was a great discount to accumulate, which is what I did, okay? Now, does that mean I was wrong on my bias? No. It went down from, I can't remember where we opened. Let me have a quick look. I think we opened somewhere around 2632. Okay, so from 2632, I said we're going down to the low of the previous week, which was 2608. Okay, then I said I'm looking for price to move up to 2645. Okay, clearly mentioned in my weekly analysis video done for you yesterday, I think it was. Okay, and now I'm trading in alignment with that bias to the upside. I didn't take any shorts. I could have. There were setups there, but I didn't. My students took some shorts down from that 2632 down to 2600. I'm not saying they took that exact trade, but in that range, they were able to find short setups down to 2600. Okay. My students today have already started to long the market based on my guidance this morning that we are continuing to move higher. Okay. That's my bias. My bias still stands. Okay. So that's what I mean when I'm saying that I'm showing you this stuff every day in alignment with what I'm saying, right? From the weekly analysis video to daily posts of my trades, right? That gives you the confidence. And that should be enough for you to have that faith and the belief that what I am talking about does work. And I know what I'm talking about because I'm proving it every day. And I'm able to teach it because my students are also finding success, right? So that's as much as I can do for you. I can't do any more than that. I'm making myself available to you, right? I've created a community for you, okay? And I'm now inviting you to join that community so that you can learn how to do this, okay? Remember, you're here because you have a desire. That's why you're here. That's why you're on my channel. And you haven't found my channel by coincidence. The universe has put my channel in front of you, okay? Now, to be successful and to attain your desired outcome, which I know is to be a profitable trader, to be able to trade for a living, right? You've got to remove the resistance, which I'm helping you, right? You've got to have no resistance. I'm helping you remove that resistance by showing you my trades every single day, almost every single session, in alignment with a weekly forecast that I do at the start of the week before the market even opens, and showing you trades that are in alignment with that weekly analysis. That's me helping you remove the resistance, okay? Because that's the only way you're going to get your desired outcome, okay? That's as much as I can do for you. I know I can help you, right? So you've got to take action. You've got to do your part, right? Your circumstances are not going to change by you just sitting there and not taking action. You've got to invest in yourself, okay? The second thing I'm doing for you is making this accessible, okay? Nothing's free. Nothing as good as this, which is real, that I've proven to work for myself, for my students, right, is going to be free, okay? It's a small, tiny investment of your time and $197 per month, okay? And as I've said before, if you can't recoup that from what I'm teaching, then I think you need to think about if this is really the right career for you, okay? Because if you can't invest $197 per month to attain your ultimate goal, your ultimate desire, okay, and I've already proven to you that I know what I'm talking about, I know how to teach, and this stuff works. If you can't invest $197 per month and some of your time to get to your goal, I don't believe you're serious, okay? And maybe you need to think about some other way to make a living, okay? Now, as I've said, this price is currently at a discount, right? This is the lowest price you'll ever see. Okay, it's already risen from a previous lower price, so this is now your current opportunity to lock in this current low price of $197 per month. Okay, you can actually make it lower by paying up front $997 and locking in 12 months of access. Okay, you can lock in 12 months of access by paying up front $997, and that means it's a cheaper per month cost to you. And not only that, but that tells your brain that you are committed, right? Tells your brain that you're committed by paying that upfront and locking in the 12 months of access. I guarantee you, you will learn how I do this, okay? Now, that doesn't mean you're going to make the same level of income as I do because there's other factors involved to be able to produce that income. You need the same level of understanding, price action, risk management, discipline, and account size, okay? But what I do guarantee is that you will learn the strategies just like my students are learning the strategies, and they are now able to do this on their own, okay? Still, there's guidance from me behind them. They've still got access to me with the support systems in place, right? Where I've set daily directional buys, provide guidance on setups, where the market's headed, setups in terms of actual entries, right? Lessons, video lessons, and a whole range of other resources and tools for members inside of VIP, okay? But that's as much as I can do for you, right? Now, sure, some of you truly may not be able to put up $197 per month, and I understand that, okay? And so for you, if that's you, then continue following me on YouTube where I provide free resources, lessons, right? Continue studying the charts that I'm posting on Twitter and in my YouTube community, and then when you're ready, come and join, right? But this price is a price that will only be offered for the next couple of days because in 2025, the price of joining membership for VIP is going up to $495 per month, okay? And I'm going to tell you now, it's going to keep on increasing, okay? Because the value continues to increase inside of VIP, okay? But once you join, your price is locked forever at the price you join, okay? Now, let's go back to the charts for a minute we need to listen to what the market is telling us. What do I mean by that? We need to be able to read the market, right? We need to be able to identify the footprints left by the algorithm. Now, this is not just a random lesson. I'm building on top of what I've been talking about in my last few videos with you, right? How price moves from one PD array to the next, okay? So right here, what do we have? We have a fair value gap. What fair value gap is that? It's a bearish fair value gap. What have I said when price is moving up into a bearish fair value gap? I've said that is a premium PD array. So we are moving from premium PD array down to where? Discount. Isn't that what I've said the market needs to do? It moves from one PD array to the next, from a premium PD array to a discount PD array, and that cycle continues. So where is discount? Well, it can be under these lows, which we've gone below. It can be this bullish fair value gap, which we've gone below. And so it's this bullish fair value gap, right? So that there is discount that the market has come down to. The algorithm has come down to that discount PD array, that bullish fair value gap. Remember, I said bullish fair value gaps on the way down are going to act as support, which should be a discount PD array. Okay, so once we have reached discount, what's next? Well, we should now be moving up to a premium PD array. So what does the market do? From that discount, the market moves up to this premium PD array, which is the bearish order block and bearish fair value gap. Remember what I said? Fair value gaps above the market as the market's moving up will be your premium PD array. What's next for this market? Well, what's next for this market should be discount, because it's coming up into a premium PD array. So the market is already telling you where it's moving next, right? You need to listen to what the market is telling you. Identify the footprints, okay? So where is discount now from this current premium PD array? Well, it's going to be under these lows, right? Because we've already come into this discount. So sure, it can come back to that discount and that can be a reclaimed discount PD array, but the expectation is to move lower, right? This here is the next discount PD array, a bullish fair value gap. As I said, on the way down, bullish fair value gaps should act as support. They will be the discount PD array the algorithm will target. And when you have swing lows above those discount PD arrays, those bullish fair value gaps, that is more of a reason for the algorithm to go through there. The algorithm has engineered that sell side liquidity where resides stops from people who have longed that market. Okay, every movement in the market has a reason and objective. Okay, so let's clean this up a little bit. Now that we've come into discount, okay, which is this fair value gap, right? We've come down from this premium PD array. We've come down into this discount PD array. Okay, what's next? Well, as the market is moving down and moving up, it's creating additional PD arrays. Okay, so this little single up candle is coming into where? Into these two up candles. That is a premium PD array, right? So again, we're coming up into premium, moving down into discount, big figure, and that is the discount there under that swing low. Okay, so if you can just be patient and wait for the setups and listen to what the market is trying to tell you and identify the footprints that the algorithm is leaving behind, then you can follow where the market is headed, right? Let's repeat. Coming up into premium, okay, going down into discount, right, up into premium, right, down into discount, right, also these stops, right, that liquidity, sell side, right, coming up again into what? Where's that coming up into? This fair value gap, which is a premium, okay, heading down, right, taking out swing lows, which is a discount PD array. So how easy is that? Okay, now it's always going to be easy when we're looking at this in hindsight, okay, and that's where having the guidance from a mentor like myself in VIP amongst other like-minded traders can help, because as the day is evolving, I am providing guidance to students. Now, in this particular day, I wasn't really looking for shorts, okay? I was really looking for the market to come back down to, as I said, somewhere down the bottom to look for repricing higher, okay? Now, even though I did not provide any entries to students too short, because they've been with me for some time, students were able to identify these levels, right, as premium PD arrays to short down to liquidity pools, or from this fair value gap down to swing lows, okay? So there were students who shorted the market and provided the setups in the community for everybody to see and learn off, okay? Also for me to review and provide feedback, even though I did not take those short entries. So that's the beauty of VIP. There comes a time where students get it based on all of my teachings, all of my guidance, trading with me live as each day evolves. Live doesn't mean Zoom call. Live means me providing them with setups in advance before those setups materialize and for them to then engage with price, to learn with real world price action. And as they do that with me, over time, there comes a time when then they are able to identify the setups themselves, okay? And I'll continue to provide them with the support that they need to continue their learning and their journey in becoming a full-time trader. That's what VIP is all about, okay? The key lesson here is that you need to listen to what the market is telling you. You need to be able to identify the footprints that the algorithm leaves so that you can then forecast the next movement, right, for that particular pair that you're trading. And by being able to do that consistently will mean that you eventually become a consistent, profitable trader, which is your ultimate goal, okay? But the problem is your mind. Number one, sometimes you think it's just too easy. It can't be true. It's not going to work, right? Secondly, you think, no, he's not making that much money. It's not possible, right? And funny enough, I've shown you in advance some of the setups that I provide in my VIP community to my members where I've given them the setup in advance prior to the market even printing, right? Moving to that target and then showing you that I've traded in alignment with the setup, okay? It's all in your mind, right? It's all in your mind, and that is creating resistance, preventing you from attaining your desire to be a full-time trader, okay? You've got to work on your mind. You've got to believe in it. You've got to have faith, okay? I can help you, right? I know I can help you, right? Become a successful trader, right? Now, I've predominantly focused on the gold market, okay, because that's where most of the volatility resides, and that's what I want, okay? As an intraday trader, I want a market that moves. Like if you look at gold yesterday, it moved hundreds of pips. And how easy was that to trade that down? Now, again, full transparency, I didn't take any of those shorts, okay? So I'm talking to you in hindsight, but I do this every day, right? And I'm teaching my students who also do it every day, who have done this yesterday, right? The students in the community who've taken some of those shorts, okay? But how easy is that, right? Once you understand it, okay? Again, it comes down to your mindset. You've got to believe that it works. You've got to believe that you can do it. And I can help you because most of the time, you just need a bit of support, a bit of guidance, a bit of help with directional bias, a bit of help with understanding what are higher probability setups, and some guidance in the live market, right? Real-time live market analysis. And the cool thing here in VIP is that I'm with the VIP students all day. We trade actually every day and almost every session, okay, where we're identifying the setups, looking at the charts. I'm creating lessons for you. In fact, I created a couple of new lessons. Let me just show you quickly inside of the community. These are some new videos I created for the community because I had some questions on this topic. And so that's what I do. If I find that students are struggling with a particular element or concept in trading, whether it be mindset or tactical or strategy or risk management or whatever it is, I will typically create a video, a lesson, so that everybody can benefit. Let me bring that up and I want to show you the 2 new lessons that I've now just developed and published in my VIP community in what I call the classroom. So this is the classroom where there's a whole bunch of modules, right? Each one of these modules contains videos and charts and a whole range of stuff. And it's all based on my trade executions, right? So none of the lessons that are in here are from the past, right? They're not weeks and months and years old. They're all from current price action, current trades. And I update these all the time. So there's a whole range of stuff. I think I've shown you this before. There's stuff on the market maker buy model, how to read the tape, market maker sell model, how to do some analysis after you trade. This is really interesting concept, particularly for gold, where gold typically trade within a 100 pip box. Okay, so that's a really, really cool lesson for the members in the community. Now, the 2 new ones that I have posted here is directional bias, right? The biggest challenge that retail traders have, even professional traders, is directional bias, okay? So I've got a dedicated few videos on directional bias with a lot of examples using real live trades executed by me inside of the VIP community, okay, with other members. So everything here that you see in the classroom are lessons, videos, charts, whole range of different things, a lot of resources, all provided by me, they're all created by me, and it's all based on real world trade executions done within inside of the VIP community, okay? So the video is getting quite long, and I hope you have found value in this video, okay? And I encourage you to go and watch the video from David Bayer, okay, where he talks about this formula, okay, and many other things to help you with your mindset, because mindset is 90% of success, okay? Success comes mostly from your mindset. Strategy, tactics, everything else, right? Strategy is only 10%, okay? So I hope that you take my advice and work on your mindset, and I highly encourage you to join the VIP community. The link to join is in the description of this video below. Hope the video has been useful. I will now talk with you in a future video.